And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Theta analysis video. Today I have Sean here with me. Sean, say hi.
Hey guys, happy weekend.
That's right. It is a Friday or a Saturday today. I think it's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Yes.
Saturday. You see, like I'm kind of lost with the days of the week, guys. I'm lost completely. Just taking it as it goes, right? But no, Theta, we're going to be going over the USDT pairing as well as the Bitcoin pairing. Okay, but we're going to stick to our drill in that we're first going to start off with that Mango dashboard. So I want to see what Theta is telling us on the dashboard. Sean, have you been looking at Theta?
Yes, actually. So somebody in the Mango Grove mentioned Theta just a few hours ago. And I took a look at it. I'm like, hey, what do you know? Theta has taken back a few levels. This is beginning to look interesting. Then I went and checked the dashboard, and on the 4-hour time frame as well as the 12-hour time frame, it is beginning to signal a trend reversal to the upside over there too. Now, on the other time frames, I believe it has been giving a short signal for a while, and that has been profitable. I did not take that trade, but I am looking to long in a bull market. And hey, I actually just took a position on Theta. So I'm going to be a little biased this entire analysis, but I'm actually hoping that we see some upside today.
Yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. I mean, it's looking good right now on the dashboard. I mean, what do you know, right? Theta USDT did flip long about 8 hours ago. Okay, since then it's up about 4%, right? However, Theta BTC flipped short 16 days ago. Okay, now we are currently on that daily time frame for the dashboard. Okay, so we got that short signal 16 days ago on Theta BTC. Since then, you are up 21.03%. So even the short signals have been really, really good. And those of you who are, shorting on the Binance exchange, you're able to catch the short side on many of these altcoins. But now the thing about trends, Sean, is that you know how a trend reverses. It first starts off on those lower time frames.
Indeed.
Right? And then it has cascading effects. The trend has cascading effects onto those higher time frames.
Yep.
Now, when I did my preliminary analysis today, I noticed that Theta was actually looking very good on those lower time frames. Yep. Right? So let's actually get onto that 4-hour dashboard signal and see what Theta is telling us there. And what do you know, guys? Theta USDT flipped long 20 hours ago. Exactly. Okay, since then you're up about 3.984%. Theta BTC also flipped long, okay, 20 hours ago. Since then, you're up 4.5%. Now, it's looking good on those lower time frames, Sean, but question is, can we see cascading effects, bullish cascading effects onto those higher time frames?
I think so. There's a chance at the very least. Again, this isn't as clear-cut of a trade as the other ones that we've been talking about that have all seen continuation thus far. But there are signs. There are signs on the mid time frames, specifically the 12-hour, and we will get to that very soon.
Yeah, so actually, let's get onto the charts now, okay? I'm starting off with Theta USDT, just to kind of make sure that Sean is on the same page as me. Okay, so we'll start off with Theta USDT because I've been sort of harping on about this because as long as Bitcoin is moving in a more, in a sideways directions, more like a consolidation kind of price action, for these altcoins to be trending, okay, against Bitcoin, Sean, I'll be looking for some strength on the USDT charts.
Indeed.
Right? That's why I want to see what the USDT chart is telling us. Now, okay, so Theta USDT doesn't really have much price action on that weekly, so let's actually move down to the daily time frame and see what it's doing there. Sean, have you caught anything on the daily time frame for Theta USDT that you want to talk about?
I've been looking at the Bitcoin chart for the most part, so I'm not going to have too much value to offer over here compared to perhaps you. But hey. If I were playing this purely on the daily, I would not be taking the trade here. That's what I would say.
Okay. I'm noticing a couple of things right off the bat on Theta USDT now. Now the first thing, well, the cloud is green. That's the very first thing, right? We have that bullish TK cross is still being maintained right now. And in terms of pattern plays, okay, on the daily time frame, I am actually seeing a pattern play here. Okay. I believe it's like a channel of sorts. Or like a falling wedge or something at play, but I'm seeing something here. Put on my volume. So what are we looking for, guys? We're looking for that descending volume profile, and then you have a break right here, okay, that we got yesterday. So I do believe that this is sort of, playing out right now, and let's go and look at the measured move. If this, if the measured move does end up panning out for this pattern here, I think Theta USDT could go back up to 36 cents. Okay, now that is going to be the measured move for the pattern play. However, if you just go ahead and switch that Ichimoku cloud back on, okay, now I want you to zoom out of your chart, and you'll notice, and I'm actually also going to put on the 10 simple moving average. Okay, and you'll notice how Theta trends really, really well on that 21 EMA as well as that 10 SMA. Especially the 21 especially that 21 EMA and that Tenkin. Right, so it's been a very, very sweet trending chart on those levels. Those levels have been a good guide. And what do you know, guys? Right now, it appears that Theta USDT is hovering over not only the 21 EMA, but also the 10 SMA on the daily. Okay, if we see that daily candle body close over these two levels, I will at the very least be anticipating a move all the way up to the Kijun at 33 cents.
So I'm beginning to see that the chart is very, very similar to the Bitcoin pairing. The USD pairing is very similar to Theta's Bitcoin pairing. And like you mentioned, Krisha, the weekly doesn't have enough price history, right? Yeah. So wouldn't be prudent to be using the weekly. In those sort of situations, a quick tip for the rest of you listening, in those sort of situations when there's no price history for the weekly and I'm still looking for a higher time frame play, what I do is I divide the week in two, right? So basically if you divide the week in half, you'll get around 3.5 days, right? So we can look at the 3.5 day chart, but I just look at the 3-day chart to make my life simpler. And if you do switch on over to the 3-day chart, Krisha, you're going to see that it's very similar to what I was essentially looking at on the Bitcoin pairing. We did get picked up on that 3-day 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, right? So the 3-day 21 EMA is likely going to be a dictating factor for the long-term trend on Theta USD.
Yeah. No, this is looking on the 3-day. I do believe that there are still levels to be taken out for this picture to flip entirely in bullish territory, right? For starters, I want that 10 SMA to be taken out once again. I think if Theta can start doing that on the 3-day time frame, this does have there's light at the end of the tunnel for the bulls. But no, essentially, I like I've mentioned to you, Sean, I like bringing this up because I want to see where the strength is going to come in for the USDT chart, for the USDT pairing.
Yep.
Right, and I do believe the first sign, guys, is going to be on that daily. If we manage to close over the 21 EMA and the 10 SMA, I think that's going to be the first sign of some sort of resurrection.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah, it's looking decent right now. We're going to wait on that candle close for the daily, but actually let's move on to Theta BTC and see what it is doing. Now, I know Sean has quite a bit of analysis on Theta BTC. Now, Sean, tell us, what is it that you are looking at?
So, like we discussed, we are seeing support on the 3-day 21 EMA. It's getting picked up over there. That was the first good sign, right? So we don't have enough price history for the weekly, right? So we look at the 3-day. We can also look at the 4-day, but the 3-day is a little bit more aggressive. And I do believe that it does suit the purpose, considering we are looking at an altcoin over here, right? Yeah. The next thing I like to look at for altcoins is the 12-hour time frame. This is the big one for me. And we can see that Theta has retaken the 12-hour Tenkin as well as the 12-hour 21 EMA if it closes the next 12-hour candle where it is. It's already retaken the 12-hour Tenkin. Okay. Yeah. Usually, I'd be a little bit more patient with something like this, but what I'm seeing over here is a test, the initial thrust up into the 12-hour Tenkin and the 21 EMA. In this situation, I usually like to see follow through to the downside, and then after a couple more 12-hour candles, retaking both of them. But we are not seeing that. We're seeing bullish reaction against that 12-hour 21 EMA and the Tenkin. In fact, the previous 12-hour candle closed above the 12-hour Tenkin, but underneath the 12-hour 21 EMA, right? Now, if this candle closes where it is currently sitting at, it's going to clear the 12-hour 21 EMA with conviction as well as a key horizontal that I'm looking at. And I think then we have a potential C-SPAN trade going all the way up to, well, that's around 4,000 Satoshi, right? That is a good 45% move again on Theta. So yeah, it'll take its time, but a strong possibility there, strong possibility.
That will be a beautiful C-SPAN trade if we do get it. What's the horizontal that you're looking at? What's the horizontal that you have on your chart?
So it's coming in at 25.95 2,594. So 2,594 Satoshi, somewhere around there. So essentially lining up very well with the Tenkin, not exactly with the Tenkin, but lining up right there.
I see what you're looking at. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we've taken that out, we've managed to test it, right? And now we're seeing that continuation to the upside. And not just that, you're right in that as soon as we took out that Tenkin, we actually just got sandwiched there, right? Between the 20 EMA and the Tenkin. That was a strong close that we have on that last 12-hour candle, and we're seeing that continuation. And yeah, guys, I mean, if we manage to take out the 21 on the next 12-hour close, when do we close the next 12-hour anyways? It's about
there's another 4 hours.
About 3-4 hours left on that. But no, so, this is looking good.
With that, right, we're about to close another 12-hour candle in 4 hours. So now let's go ahead and look at the 4-hour chart. Let's see what the 4 hour is telling us. It'll give us an idea on what the 4 hour wants to do. And again, we're going to turn on the 4 hour time frame, Krisha, and I want you to turn on our Ichimoku template where we have the cloud, the Tenkin, the Kijun, and the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. Okay, make sure you have all of that on.
Okay. Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. This is why I'm really liking the chance of a possible continuation towards the upside over here. Again, guys, this is not as clear cut as our trades that we usually take, but Theta is showing a lot of trending characteristics right now because of the overall market. And you can see that we've taken out the 200 moving average. We just retested it an hour ago, like around 45 minutes ago. We may see continuation now. We have the cloud overhead, right? If we can break into the cloud, which would line up with a 12-hour candle close as well, or perhaps one 12-hour candle close and the next 4-hour candle close after that, we have a potential edge-to-edge trade all the way, again, to around 4,400 Satoshi, right? Lining up with that 40% move that we talked about on the 12-hour chart. And look at this, Krisha. We have the 12-hour 200 moving average, the 12-hour 21 EMA, the 12-hour Kijun, the 12-hour Tenkin, all underneath us. And we took all of that out in one fell swoop when we broke this descending channel that I'm pretty sure everybody can see just by eyeing it, right? You see that descending channel?
On what time frame?
On the 4 hour time frame, we have like it's not like the perfectly drawn channel, of course. But you can see how we just went down.
Yeah, this is
one big
what
up thrust.
Looking at. Let me just draw it out on my chart. Just give me a minute. Yeah, something like this, guys. Yeah, that was this has been a powerful move to the upside, man. Like the amount of levels that it's managed to take out, not only on the 12-hour time frame, the 4 hour as well as the 12-hour time frame. And this, I want to sort of just zoom out to see how Theta has performed on that 200. And what do you know, guys? Like, look at this region right here, right? So the 200 simple moving average has been a good guide. Now we had a very, very similar sort of setup over here where we, Sean, I'm looking at 18th of April 2020. So I'm still on that 4 hour time frame. If you just go back to when price was last trending close to that 200 simple moving average, right? You'll notice that all the way from April 6th going all the way up to, well, April 19th, that entire sort of month of April, the first half, you'll notice how price was sort of like hugging that 200 simple moving average as the underlining support. We lost it. Okay, we came back down to settle underneath it, and then until we took it back again on 19th of April.
Yep.
Right, and guys, look at this. This has been a key level. Okay, it's been a brilliant guide. I think trades off of the 200 simple moving average are easy trades to manage.
Krisha, since you're on the 4 hour and you have the 200 moving average open, go up to the 2nd of June 2020 as well. You're going to see when Theta started having its downtrend, it trended down pretty much in a straight line until it came very close to the 200 moving average.
Yeah.
Bounced off it. You can consider that a test. Got a little front run there too because the shot's so aggressive, right? Bounced off it, right? Had a nice, decent bounce, and then again lost the 200, right? That was the real move where we tested it and had another downtrending move to complete the falling channel, broke up, retested one more time, saw rejection, and now again we finally retook it after seeing one more rejection, right? So it has been pretty important. This 200 moving average has been very, very key in dictating whether the bulls are, rather the market participants are selling into this or buying into this.
This is a beautiful chart. This is actually quite, it's a very, very neat, beautiful chart, especially on its guides. You know, any guide that you find, like for Theta, BTC, I think it's that 200 simple moving average on the 4-hour time frame. But man, this is beautiful. So I wanted to check something out. Now, on the 12-hour time frame, we have that potential sort of C-span trade from the Tenkin all the way up to the Kijun, right, that we're eyeing right now. If, of course, we close this next 12-hour candle over the 21 EMA. Okay, now that is the potential move. 12-hour, I want to get back onto the 4-hour time frame to see if that lines up, Sean. It's very, very close to the top of the 4-hour cloud.
Nice.
So that is something to note there. This is going to be such a clean trade. Damn.
It's what makes it clean, and I do want to spend some time talking about this. What makes trades like this easy to take? It's not because we are absolutely sure we're going to make money on it, but it's more so because we are absolutely sure where we are wrong on this trade, right? If you start losing the 4-hour 200 moving average, okay, cool, that is a warning sign. But for me, it's when we actually lose the 4-hour Tenkin, the 12-hour Tenkin, as well as the 12-hour 21 EMA. We close underneath both of those, that's it, I'm out of the trade, right? I'm willing to take the loss. Losing is part of the game, guys. You need to understand that. But you got to take the trade setups that show up, the good trade setups, the high probability plays with good win magnitude backing them, right? And this has a good enough win magnitude, right? We talked about how this can go up to a nice 45% move, right? It has a good enough win magnitude for me to take a little bit more risk than I usually would.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is looking good, and even the potential win magnitude, like you just mentioned, this is where I'm noticing that a lot of the altcoins, Sean, they're posing, they're giving people these 40, 30, 40% opportunity trades. Now, for example, just take, which one we go, singles from yesterday, Singular DTV, like that one just, I didn't even have time to finish the video, right? We pulled it up on the Mango dashboard. The Mango dashboard gave us a long signal. And anyways, we wrapped up that video and I went to edit it, okay, to post it. And in that time, it popped, what, 30%?
Yeah, 35%.
It was crazy.
And this is what I mean, right? Like, usually, even when you're in a bull market, you can end up in a analysis paralysis state because there's so many opportunities and you're watching coins pump everywhere, right? And you tend to tunnel vision onto the coins that are just moving. But there are opportunities that are brewing, like singles yesterday, that are beginning to show signs. And the dashboard is so good at coming in and helping you filter those opportunities that are brewing in the background that other people are ignoring, because it's hard to filter. There's so many coins in this market, man. So many coins. So again, big shout out to Moru, man. You've made it a really, really, really breeze of a job, right? The mango way, the easy way, the breezy way to filter through these opportunities. And even, hey, if things go wrong, again, easy to get out of these trades too, and just move on and find another one, right? And that's another liberating factor, that we know, okay, this one doesn't work out, I'm just going to go ahead and find another opportunity very easily. Yeah.
But what is key to note here, guys, is when, like, for example, when we're doing our analysis, right? I'm always bringing up that dashboard first. I'll filter through the coins. I'll see, okay, what is the signal on XYZ, cryptocurrencies, and then I will go and do my analysis. Exactly. But what is to note here is that the analysis, my TA, is part of my game.
Exactly.
Okay, I do not just follow calls on the dashboard or any indicator for that matter, just based on the signal. I'm always adding my TA onto it to make sure that it is in fact a high probability trade. What the dashboard does for me is that it helps me filter out some of the major trends that are yet to happen.
Yep.
Okay, so that is something to note. Sean, on the daily time, on the 12-hour time frame for Theta BTC, I'm also catching it. I'm noticing a falling wedge. You can maybe draw it on your chart. It starts from 28th of May, after that massive freaking red dump, okay, all the way down to around 3464. And you can actually draw in a potential sort of falling wedge that we have broken to the upside. Not only have we've broken up, we've tested it, and we're seeing continuation. And the measured move for this falling wedge will actually take us all the way up to 3444 sats.
Damn, I actually did not see this at all. So yeah, there you go. So this falling wedge actually encompasses the 4-hour falling channel. So this is going to have cascading effects. Good eye, Krisha. Pattern queen indeed.
No, what I'm really noticing about this pattern actually is how the measured move actually, it lines up with a major horizontal. And I'm noticing that every time we've managed to take out this horizontal, have a 12-hour candle body close over this horizontal, you're seeing an immediate sort of push to the upside. And I mean, vice versa. As soon as we take it out to the downside, you're seeing an immediate sort of push to the downside as well. So I think this is going to be a key. I think this is going to be the next sort of point of resistance before we actually get up to that 12-hour Kijun, guys. This level is at 3430 sats. Now, before we wrap this up, Sean, we've only discussed the bullish sort of aspects of Theta BTC, Theta USDT. What are going to be the bearish aspects of this chart?
Well, like I mentioned, to me, it's going to be the 12-hour time frame. That's going to be the first a key or rather the signal for me to get out of the trade if we lose the 12-hour Tenkin and the 12-hour 21 EMA. Big warning for me is going to be us losing the 4-hour 200 moving average, but that's not going to be good enough for me to exit the trade. It's going to be a big warning though. Hopefully that lines up with the 12-hour time frame, us losing the 4-hour 200 moving average. And then the bearish aspect, well, again, I do want to emphasize that just because you are not in a trade or you're getting out of a trade doesn't mean that you're bearish, right? It could just mean that you're neutral and you don't want to put on any risk until things are clearer, right? When do I get bearish exactly? That's a good question. If we take out 2450, okay, that will essentially be the retest of the falling channel, Krisha, that you talked about, the falling wedge. And we'll be getting back into the falling wedge. That would essentially negate this breakout completely. And that's when I'd be looking for further continuation towards the downside, and basically this wedge eventually going much lower. Another big one for me is us losing the 3-day 21 EMA. Let's go ahead and pull that up quickly just to see where that level is coming in at. If we start closing, well, it's lining up exactly there, Krisha, around 2,400 Satoshi. So essentially that level, losing the 3-day 21 EMA, is going to be very key, but you don't have to wait for a 3-day candle close for that. I think even a couple 12-hour candles underneath that level, or even in fact one daily candle, would be more than enough to essentially say, you know what, this is it. We are likely going to see further continuation. I'll be expecting much further down, all the way down to 1,700 Satoshi, somewhere around there.
Yikes.
But hopefully it doesn't come to that. We'll take it one level at a time. And for now, this is looking more bullish than it is looking bearish. Like you said, overhead 3-day has the 10 SMA. If we clear that, Krisha, you are very right that we're going to see some further push towards the upside. That does line up at major levels on the 12-hour too. And so far so good. But again, this one will have to prove itself some more.
Yeah, I agree. I think the first tell, guys, what I'll be watching out for in the more immediate hours of the day, for those of you who are like actively rather watching the chart, I'll be looking for the 12-hour to close over the 21 EMA. So
quickly, Krisha, before we wrap up the video, I do want to point out the 1-hour time frame. This is exactly what I was looking for. I'm hoping it kind of close like this. It's not imperative, but if you look at the 1-hour time frame, you're going to see that the most recent 1-hour candle made a higher candle close, right?
Yes.
You can go ahead and draw a horizontal at around 2815 Satoshi.
Got it.
Okay, so if this 1-hour candle, the current 1-hour candle, closes above it as well, that's going to be another bullish sign, right? Again, it's not, you don't want to look at the lower time frames and get stuck in it, but it's going to show that, hey, this is getting picked up. The bulls are looking to see it to buy any continuation opportunity on this chart. The 1-hour 10 SMA has been guiding the price all the way up to that major resistance coming in at around 2,900 Satoshi. If this breaks through, Krisha, we'll be essentially closing above the 3-day 10 SMA. So this is going to be very important right here. It doesn't need to happen right now, but if it does, I'm going to be a very happy man.
Fair enough. Okay, and that sort of wraps up our thoughts for Theta BTC as well as Theta USDT. Am I right, Sean, or do you have anything else to add?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, guys, that's it with this. Trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way, guys. Ciao.